Hey everybody, welcome to the Mana Leak. I'm John as always, and we're here for Innistrad campaign, episode 11, Lantern Year 9. There's a Nemesis fight. We are going to fight the Kingsman. The Kingsman is not a fight that a lot of people enjoy. I expect every single person here is going to die. Very importantly, we did get Pictograph, which means we can try to run away. I might do that if Chandra is left alive, because Chandra has some cool abilities. I'd like to keep her alive. Most of the other people are expendable, especially Jace. Nobody likes Jace. So, taking a look at the board, we have Chandra in blue. She is our axe person with full leather armor. We have in yellow Jace, who is our swords person in full rawhide armor. We have in red Koth, our bow person, with not much armor at all, unfortunately. And in green, we have Sarkin, who has a spear and full rawhide armor. Most of these people, as I said, we don't really care about. A couple of notes from the last episode. I made a big mistake with bone earrings. I read bone earrings as giving you +2 strength and +2 speed if you were insane, and it turned all of your items into bone. That's obviously not what it meant. It meant that all of your items also have to be bone in addition to you being insane to get those bonuses. So I rewound things. I took back those resources. I took back Tezzeret's augury roll in order to get the Endeavor back to make some hide. And in doing so, I gave Jace a round shield up in the corner. As well, I forgot that Koth needed a sharp weapon to depart out because he has... oh, actually, no. Never mind. Let's fix that right now. I gave him a bone dagger because I thought that Hmophobia required him to depart with a sharp thing. But no, he cannot depart with sharp things. That was fine. That was not a mistake that I made. So let me quickly fix that up in the app. Take away that bone dagger. We'll keep the bone dagger. We have the bone dagger. That'll save time. Okay, so the Kingsman has a lot going on. Let's start out with its flavor text. There was once a monster that was to lead its master's regal procession. First the monster came as a herald, then its hungry masters. So fierce was the monster's masters that it never thought to protect its own back, knowing what horrors lay behind it. So yeah, departing survivors don't have a hunt phase. Instead, we just pick this up because this thing has shown up at our settlement. We get to go first. Of course, we are out of range because we start at the bottom edge of the board. But there's a lot to talk about what's going on here. First up, we have Arcanthus plants. You know Arcanthus plants. We've seen those a lot. We saw a lot of them last time. They are here on the board. We have tall grass. You know what tall grass is. We use this every time in the White Lion fights. Tall grass is here. We're going to try to hide in that tall grass. As well, we have some stone columns that are set up around the Kingsman. Those are part of the setup. The Kingsman has a huge number of these special trait cards. In fact, I feel like I'm missing one. Are there only 4? Yes, there are only 4 because the other ones are on our boards. So let's take a look at what these say. Up first is King's Combat. At the start of each monster turn, perform the basic action. So just like the Butcher, this thing's going to do 2 attacks every single turn. And the first one is going to be its basic action, which is Survivor in Blind Spot. So it's going to whip around and hit you, otherwise closest threat. It's going to full move towards the target, and then it's going to make a big sweeping motion across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 squares in front of it, dealing 3 speed, 3 accuracy, 3 damage, and just kind of like bashing and knocking back 5 in that direction. He's basically using the halberd to just sweep people. So he's going to do that first, and then go ahead and do an attack. So that's not fun. Outfighting is a trait that he has. He has reach 2. So he's not even going to have to come up adjacent to us. He's going to come up a space away from us when he attacks because he's got that big long halberd. He does have a weak spot, so that's good. His blind spot does have -4 toughness, so if we can get into the blind spot and hit, we are much more likely to wound. He also has the King's Aura, which is at the start of the monster's turn, and whenever the hit location deck is shuffled, place the 3 battle pressure hit location cards on top of the hit location deck. So you'll notice on top of the hit location deck, there's these yellow cards here. I've got them face up. They do have a regular backside, but these are always going to be on top whenever we shuffle and at the start of the turn. So these battle pressures say that this hit is canceled. If the survivor is adjacent to the monster, they may King's Step. King's Step is in the book. It is a die roll that is generally going to be something bad, but it will typically give us a token on our battle tempo cards. And every token you have on your battle tempo card is going to add to that die roll in the future. If you get a 10, you are going to learn the King's Step, which is going to let you just ignore battle pressure and redraw new cards. So we're going to look to get somebody to get the King's Step so that they can filter through these so we can actually get to the real hit locations. Beyond that, the King's Man has a movement of 5 and a toughness of 12, but no speed and no damage boost, other than the natural 3 that it does. So yeah, I expect everybody to die, and perhaps we'll make use of the runaway mechanic. So I don't think there's anything else to do other than get started and die. So we get to go first. So that's a cool little bonus. So the issue here is if we get into the grass, the King's Man will walk up and he will get to hit both of these. In fact, he won't even go there. Actually, no, he won't go there. He'll go one step away and he'll sweep this row and this row. So whoever's back here is actually in the clear. So that's probably what we'll go ahead and do. And then I think we just need to get into the blind spot and start hitting, I guess. I don't want everybody to die. But I guess there's no time like the present to just get everybody dying. So, let's begin. We are going to move somebody who can dodge well, I guess, which would be somebody in... Does anybody have any extra evasion? Chandra's got quite a bit of evasion. So does Jace. They both have 3. Koth and Sarkhan have 2. So I think what I want is Chandra to go 1, 2, 3, 4 and get kind of in front. And I want Jace to go 1, 2, 3 and stay behind. This is our bow person, so they can be back. So if we do like that, that'll be everybody's move. And I'm definitely doing this out of order. Don't get angry with me. I have actions left, so I could Cat Eye Circlet. Well, Cat Eye Circlet would do nothing because I would look at the top 3 cards, which are all battle pressure, and I could put them back in any order. It doesn't matter. But I could Rawhide Headband and take a look at the top 2 AI cards to know what's coming. The people with shields, because we do have 2 people with shields, could block 1. They spend their action point to ignore 1 hit the next time you're attacked. That's a good idea. So yeah, so blue and yellow, these 2 are going to ignore their hits, or one of the next hits they take. And these 2 are equidistant, so we will end up choosing Chandra to be attacked. There's no real action that our bow person can take. So, I think the last thing we'll do is Rawhide Headband on our green person to take a look at the top 2 AI cards and put them back in any order. So we have Trip, which is furthest threat in range. So if he's here, he'll then go after our bow person. That's not something I terribly want to have happen. He'll full move towards, and he'll do basically his basic attack, which again is hitting everybody in that line. The other one we have is Clang, The Kingsman bangs his lantern halberd rhythmically against the ground. Intimidate all survivors. All non-deaf take 3 brain damage. Sarkin would take a trauma roll. If the settlement innovated Song of the Brave, they suffer 1 brain damage instead. No big deal. Full move the Kingsman away from the most survivors. Turn to face the nearest survivor. Place any discarded battle pressure cards on top of the hit location deck. All right, I think I want Trip on top, and then we can discard Clang. So let's go like that. And with that, our turn is over. Let's prepare to utterly die. So, Kingsman starts out with King's Combat, going to do the basic action. The basic action is that he is going to target the survivor in the blind spot. There is not a survivor in the blind spot. Also, I need the monster controller thingy. Where's the monster controller thingy? Haha, it was under the tablet. All right, so we'll start it out on the left as we always do on red. So there's nobody in the blind spot, so the closest threat would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or actually 4. 1, 2. Because where does it need to go? Because it's doing the basic action, but like it's doing such a wide swath. It would want to be 1 space away from the target. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4. So they're all equidistant. So we do want to target Chandra. Actually, no, if we target somebody over here, then we can have Chandra be the furthest away target for the attack that's coming up. So let's do that. So he'll go 1, 2, 3, 3, because now he's 1 space away from Sarkin here. So now he's going to do his attack, which is a roll of 3, accuracy of 3, 4, 5, thanks to the tall grass, 6, 7, thanks to Sarkin's evasion. So he's going to hit on 7s. We get a 5, 4, 2. So no hit. That's really good. There would have been 1 hit if Sarkin was not in the tall grass. So we probably want to really stay in the tall grass. So that's the first action. So now we do the AI card, which will be Trip, furthest threat in range. So furthest threat in range would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get to Chandra. Is Jace further? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, they're both equidistant. So we will go to Chandra. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Man, reach is weird on enemies. All right. So he's full moved towards Chandra. This is a speed of 2, an accuracy of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, thanks to her evasion. Make a separate attack against each survivor. That would just be her. After damage, she suffers bash, although because she has leather armor, she will ignore bash. So we get an 8 and a 7. That is 1 hit to Chandra, which will be to the waist. And she used block, so she just ignores that hit. Look at that. Shield's coming in handy. Okay, that was not horrible. It's our turn again. Of course, he's just out of range of our bow person. That's a pain. But he is in range of Chandra's axe, because it has reach of 2. She does only have a speed of 1 with this axe due to her -1 speed. She would hit on a 6. She would hit on a 6. and then she would wound on a 12 minus 6, because she's got a ludicrous amount of strength, plus 4 minus 10. She would wound on a 2, but she would just battle pressure. But maybe she can start to do the king step stuff. Let's start with that because she doesn't have to get out of the tall grass. So she's going to attack with her axe, speed of 1, accuracy of 6. And we get a perfect hit. So first off, on a perfect hit, monster suffers 1 wound. Do not draw a hit location. Oh. Oh. Okay, counterweighted axe gets around the King's Man. We don't have to draw the hit location. The hit is not canceled due to battle pressure, and we just wound the King's Man. Dang. Okay. Okay. Also, this AI card needs to go away. Okay. All right. For her movement, she might just stay where she is. Yeah. Okay. Good job, Chandra. You got a wound. Now, can Jace do anything? Jace has a movement of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He definitely cannot get into the blind spot. But he can dash back into the grass. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, we may as well keep him close to the grass, eh? Let's just have him go right in front. Yeah, let's just have him go right in front. So he's going to attack with the sword. So that's a speed of 2, accuracy of 5, 4, because he's got +1 accuracy. So 4, and on a perfect hit, we're going to gain a boatload of strength. So we get a 9 and a 3. So that's 1 hit, which will be battle pressure. Maybe we'll try to get Jace to be our king step person. So the hit is canceled. I don't know what's happening with my hand on the camera there. That's a little bit weird. This camera's been having some issues. I figured out this is the camera that is glitching. I don't know why. So we are going to cancel this hit and go and do the king's step. Pick up the book. We go to king's step. Resist the unspoken pressure of the monster's onslaught. Your body trembles and your mind wavers. You struggle just to stay standing against the pressure projected by the monster. Discard all unresolved hit locations, end your attack, and attempt to overcome. Overcome, roll 1d10, add +1 to the result for each tempo token you have. We don't have any tempo tokens yet. We roll, and we get a 4. The monster easily predicts your motion and skewers you with your own momentum. Spend 1 survival or suffer a random severe body injury. We will spend a survival. How does Rawhide work? When you perform a survival action. So this does not count. Gain 1 tempo token. So Jace now has a tempo token. I don't think tempo tokens are real, are they? They are not. So we'll just take colored tokens. So Jace now has a tempo token. His next King's Man roll, or King's Step roll, will be a little bit better. So Jace has a tempo token. And that is Jace's turn. Okay. If we have Koth use a dash, he'll be able to move and shoot, which will get a bit more battle pressure off if we get a pair of hits, which then maybe will let Sarkin get a wound in with the spear. So if Koth just moves up 1 step, he's still in the grass and he's still within range. He will use a survival to dash to get another movement so that he can actually shoot his bow, because the bow does require movement and action. We can't use the clawhead arrow because our hit would be canceled. by the battle pressure. So we can only use the clawhead arrow when those battle pressures are finally gone. Which maybe means I should get Sarkhan in first. Yeah, we should actually get Sarkhan in first. Let's pull Koth back, give him his survival back. And let's go for him. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He does have 5 movement, right? Yep. Yeah, so let's do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's within range due to the spear having a reach of 2. Actually, reach of 2. Right, no, reach of 2. Reach of 2. All melee weapons have a reach of 1, meaning adjacent. Minor brain mess up there. So King's Spear is a speed of 2. It's going to hit on a 6. Yep, just on a 6. We're really, really, really looking for 2 hits here. We get a perfect hit, which does nothing for Sarkhan. So that's battle pressure. So we could King Step if we want to. And honestly, let's just King Step. So we cancel all hits, we discard all hits, and Sarkhan's going to do his roll on the King Step. No tokens. He also gets a 4, so he'll spend a survival in order to not take a severe body injury. And he will also get a tempo token. So finally, Koth will move up and spend a survival to take his shots. Because if he does get 2 hits, we cannot do King Step. Actually, we can't do King Step because we're not adjacent. So Sarkhan could not King Step there. So we'll get that survival back. Because, yeah, King Step is if the survivor is adjacent to the monster. So our bow person's not going to be able to do it. Our spear person, our axe person is not going to be able to do it. So Jace is our perfect King Step person. So Koth has moved up. He is dashed. He is going to take his bow shot. Try to get 2 hits so that he can potentially get a wound on the second one. So speed of 2 and an accuracy of 7 is pretty rough. We get 1 hit. We discard the battle pressure. And that's it. That is our turn. Not a great turn other than Chandra getting that 1 wound. And now we're going to go to the Kingsman. So the Kingsman is going to start out with the basic action, which is Survivor and Blind Spot. There is no Survivor and Blind Spot. The closest threat would be Jace. So he is going to hit all 3 of these people with his big sweep. So we are going to want to dash some people. We're going to dash Sarkhan, and he has Rawhide. He does not keep that survival, but he's going to actually go 1, 2, and see if he can start getting in behind this dude here. Jace is the target, so we could actually try to like lead the Kingsman away a bit. And Jace has full Rawhide as well. And I definitely want Jace to end up in the grass. So let's have Chandra dash around him. So she'll spend a survival to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, 3 should be fine because he'll move. So Jace will spend a survival to dash back into the grass. He has Rawhide. He does not keep that survival, but he's going to kind of jump back a bit. So now the Kingsman will follow Jace. He is now within range, and he's going to attack a speed of 3, an accuracy of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is no hits. Good stuff. The AI card for the turn is going to be Perfect Thrust. The Kingsman grabs the hilt of its sheathed sword. All survivors are doomed. Pick a target in the perfect position and place the monster adjacent to the target. The target suffers 3 severe injuries to a random hit location. If there are no targets in the perfect position, nothing happens. So the perfect position is here. Nobody's there. Here, nobody's there. And here, nobody is there. There are no targets in the perfect position. Nothing happens. Oof. Okay. Dodged the hell out of that one. Let's try to tear this thing apart. Start of the turn, the battle pressures go back on top. All right. We want Jace to get some of those battle pressures off and take another King Step attempt. So he'll move up and he will attack with the Scrap Sword. Speed of 2, accuracy of 5, 4. That is a pair of hits. So first battle pressure we will ignore. Second battle pressure we will do the King Step. So Jace is going to get +1 to this roll for his battle tempo token. It's a 4 again, so that's a 5. It's the exact same result. Easily predicts motion. Spend a survival or take a random severe body injury. Gain a tempo token. Jace will spend a survival. He's down to 1 survival. That's not good. Not good. But that is 2 battle pressures off. Let's have Sarkhan. Let's have Sarkhan get in behind. Sarkhan gets in behind to attack with the King's Spear. He could have attacked with a reach of 2, but I want that strength bonus in case we get 2 hits here. Speed of 2, accuracy of 6. Yep, just a 6. That is 2 hits. A perfect hit does nothing. So first one's battle pressure. So if we King's Step, we would cancel all remaining hits. So instead, because it is a May ability, as you see here, it does say May King's Step. We will simply ignore that, and we will actually get a hit location to the Regal Skirt. There's a reflex location, which is return any discarded battle pressure cards, of course, and perform the basic action targeting the attacker. That's all a problem, but we at least get to wound. So we're going to wound on a 12 minus 4 minus 3, so that's minus 7, and 2 strength. So 12 minus 9. So we're going to wound on a 3. We successfully get a wound. Reflex. So battle pressures go back on top. And then basic action targeting the attacker. So it will just be targeting Gideon. He unfortunately does not have any tall grass here. He was the attacker, so he can't use an action to dash or anything. So speed of 3, accuracy of 3, 4, 5. So that is just 1 single hit, dealing 3 damage to the body. So that is light body damage for him. And he gets bashed, so he's knocked down. And he gets knocked back 5 in this direction, this way. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, knocked down. Gross. Gross, 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 gross. And Jace already took his turn, despite now being in the blind spot, unfortunately. Jace's turn is over. His turn's over. Chandra could get into the blind spot. She's only going to do 1 wound, or 1 hit, which is not the best. So let's have Koth take his shots here. Speed of 2. Accuracy of 7. That is 1 single hit, which is a battle pressure off. And that is his turn. So Chandra will just try to get one of those perfect hits again. So she's going to hit on a... It doesn't super matter, actually, because we either get the perfect hit and wound, or we get a battle pressure and do nothing. Well, she could try to get King Step as well. So we're going to hit on a 6. Yep, just on a 6. We do get the hit. We can King Step. Let's King Step her. She gets a 1. You are paralyzed with dread, suffer brain damage equal to the monster's level. That's actually... Well, that's a really good result, because she's got a lot of insanity, so that's fine. She's down to 8 insanity, but she doesn't get a tempo token. So I guess it's not the best. And then she can move. I don't know that she needs to, because the first attack is going to be on Jace in the blind spot here. So she will stay where she is for the time being. And that is all of our turns. Okay, new turn. Battle pressures go back on top. King's Man does the basic action, which is blind spot, targeting Jace, speed of 3, accuracy of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is 1 hit on Jace, which would be 3 damage to the waist and knockdown and send him flying. Jace has 1 survival left. He will dodge that and hopefully keep that survival. Yes, he does keep that survival point. Now for the AI card. Coup de grace. All survivors are doomed, so no more survival actions. Target a random knocked down survivor. Well, that would be Sarkin. In range. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he's definitely in range. If there are no knockdown survivors, discard this and do basic action. Full move towards the target. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think he goes 5. That would be full move, but this puts him within range due to the range of 2, or the reach of 2. Target suffers 1 severe head injury with -5 to the roll. So Sarkin's probably going to lose his head here. So -5 to this roll. Sarkin gets a 1, which would, of course, be head explosion. Does Sarkin have a reroll? He does not. Does anybody else have a reroll? Jace and Chandra do. I'm not going to lie. I'm planning on having Chandra try to run away. She's not going to use her reroll. What do we have to roll here? Obviously, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. 7, 8, 9. Because 1 and 2 is head explosion. 3 and 4 is decapitation. We have to roll a 10. So we're not going to even bother using somebody else's reroll. Sarkin has died. Goodbye, Sarkin. Back to the shelf you go. Okay. 1 death. Let's record that. Sarkin has died. We're going to get 2 endeavors for Graves. And that is the end of Sarkin. So goodbye to that gear grid for the time being. Luckily, remember, we don't lose gear. We don't lose gear. So Gideon can take all of that gear back next year. And yeah, he had a tempo token too. So much for him, king stepping. All right. That goes to our turn. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. All right. Let's have Jace get stabby here. Try to get some battle pressures off. Take a king step attempt. Speed of 2, accuracy of 5, 4. That is 1 hit. We'll do 1 battle pressure. We will do king step. This will be +2 tempo tokens. +2 tempo tokens on the perfect roll. There's nothing higher than that. You grasp the pattern behind the monster's fine movements, a rhythm that lets you control the pace of the fight. You have overcome battle pressure and learned something valuable. Gain the King's Step, secret fighting art. So we will add the King's Step, secret fighting art. Whenever you attack, you may discard any number of battle pressure hit locations drawn and draw an equal number of new hit locations. Whenever you attack, after drawing hit locations, but before rolling to wound, you may choose 1 hit location drawn and discard it to draw a new hit location. Traps will cancel these effects. So basically now, whenever Jace gets a hit, he gets to just discard hit locations off the top, whether they're battle pressure or not. So this will be useful in other fights, as well as in this fight. If he survives. I don't think that's going to happen. So that's Jace's turn. Koth's turn. No. Let's do Chandra's turn. So let's have her go 1, 2, 3, putting her within range with her reach 2 axe. Speed of 1, accuracy of 6. We roll a 4. Good try. Now it is Koth's turn. Not much we can do with Koth. Because at best, with the catgut bow, he would get 2 hits, which would both be King's Step or Battle Pressure and would be canceled. So I think maybe Koth just kind of gets out of the way because Jace is going to get attacked here. Yep, so let's have Koth go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and get into the grass. So that is our turn, because we only have the 3 people now. Off to the Kingsman's turn. Battle Pressure back on top. Basic action, turnaround, targeting Jace. Do we want Jace to get into the grass? Accuracy of 3, 6. Yep, let's get Jace into the grass and hope that he gets this survival back. Please be a 6 or higher. Hey, we get the survival back. Okay, so Kingsman targets that. Also, so it's 2 to either side, so these 2 squares would be targeted, so Koth is just out of range. So speed of 3, accuracy of 8. Oh dear, that is 2 hits. That is 2 hits, dealing 3 damage to the legs and hands. He will take that because he does have 3 armor in all locations. So legs and arms. And he gets knocked down and knocked back 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Knocked down. Okay, all right. AI card for the turn is Lantern Mirage. When Lantern Mirage comes into play, draw an AI card. The Kingsman synchronizes subtle movements with Lantern light pulses. While Lantern Mirage is in play. Oh, this is a trait. Okay. The monster gains +3 evasion tokens. When this comes into play, any survivors carrying gear with the other keyword feel lightheaded and are knocked down. What is other? Nobody has other. Discard Lantern Mirage when a survivor scores a perfect hit. Okay, so we're looking for a perfect hit here. The actual AI card for the turn is Force Thrust. Closest threat in field of view in range would be field of view. Field of view would be Chandra, because field of view is everything on the board except for the blind spot. Facing is in front of. Full move towards the target, which would be not a move because she is just within range. Make a separate attack against each survivor in the highlighted zone in order. And the highlighted zone is 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. He's not actually there. He's here. So just Chandra is going to take a speed 3, accuracy 3, 4, 5, 6. And she's going to bash and knock down 5 backwards if she gets hit. That is 3 hits, right? That is 3 hits. She can't dodge all of them. She's got a boatload of armor, though. And she won't suffer bash. So I think she's fine to just take this. She's got 5 armor in all hit locations. So 1, 2, 3 to the head. 1, 2, 3 to the arms. 1, 2, 3 to the body. She suffers bash, but because she has full leather armor, she does not get knocked down. She just goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 backwards. And that's a problem. Okay. Okay. Koth, how much survival you got? 3? Tell Jace to stand up. So he has encouraged Jace to stand up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jace could get there. And he hits on a 5, 6, 5, 4, 7. He hits on 7s. due to the Lantern Mirage. But if we get a perfect hit, that would cancel it. Yeah, Jace is just going to run back in and try to hit this fella again. So speed of 2, accuracy of 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, due to the Lantern Mirage plus 3 evasion. We get a 6 and a 3. We fail to hit. Good try, Jace. Good try. You tried your hardest and failed. What did you learn? Chandra, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can't even get, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's within range of her axe because it's got reach 2. Speed of 1, hits on a 6, 7, 8, 9. If she perfect hits, we get a wound just regardless. That is an 8. That is not a hit. Koth, why not try to hit with your bow? Speed of 2, accuracy of 10. We fail to hit. All right. We did nothing that turn. Well done. Let's do the basic action. There's nobody in the blind spot, so the closest threat would be still just Jace. We don't have to full move at all. These 2 squares, these 2 squares, these 2 squares, so just Jace going to get hit. Accuracy of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is no hits. Good stuff. AI card of Spear. Closest threat in field of view in range would be Jace. Full move towards the target, already there. Make a separate attack against each survivor. So this is another thrust going forward. Speed of 3, so exactly the same. Speed 3, accuracy 3, damage 3. So just hitting on 8s. That is 2 hits. That's not what I wanted to see. So this is 3 damage to Jace. Head and body. He can take those as well. And then after damage, he's going to gain -1 movement. That's not the worst. So body 3, he's down to no body armor. Head 3, he's down to no head armor. And he's got -1 movement token. I guess he'll attack, because this is now our turn. We really need to score a perfect hit to get rid of the evasion there. Maybe Chandra should go for the perfect hit first. Yeah, let's do that. Chandra's going to go for a perfect hit here. We failed a hit. Good try, Chandra. She will maybe get into the grass, I guess. Let's have Koth go for a perfect hit. Speed of 2. We need the perfect hit. We fail. Good try, Koth. So I guess Jace will try. Speed of 2, accuracy of 5, 4, 7. We get 2 hits. They're not perfect, so the Lantern Mirage still stays there. But we draw a Battle Pressure, and we discard it due to King Step. Actually, sorry, we draw 2 Battle Pressures, and we discard both. Let me read this exact thing. Whenever you attack, you may discard any number of Battle Pressure hit locations drawn and draw an equal number of new locations. Now, is that recursive? So we drew 2, and we're going to discard both, and we're going to draw 2 more. Can we discard that Battle Pressure as well? Does this keep going? Whenever you attack, you may discard any number of Battle Pressure hit locations drawn and draw an equal number of new hit locations. I will look this up. Okay, I found a BGG post that says most people play where you just burn through all the Battle Pressures. So we discard all the Battle Pressures and we draw our 2 hit locations. Please no trap. Hey, no trap. Both of them have reflexes, though. One has a critical wound. Okay, so we got the Regal Gut Plate, which has a reflex where you turn to face the attacker already happening. Without turning, move the monster 2 spaces directly away. If the attacker has King Step, they may follow and move 2 spaces forward. Otherwise, you cancel all hits. And exactly the same here, except this one doesn't have a crit. So let's go with the Regal Gut Plate first. So we are wounding on a 12, minus 3, minus 3, minus 6. So we are wounding on a 6. Also, I gave Jace +1 movement. I should have given him -1 movement. Yeah, so we're wounding on a 6 here. 3. We do not wound. So, reflex, the monster goes 1, 2, destroying this pillar. And because we have King's Step, we can follow him. And we can do our next wound attempt. So again, wounding on a 6. Hey, we get a wound. Notably, I've not been marking off that Jace and Chandra have gotten wounds for weapon proficiency because I don't think we're winning this, so I don't think it matters. So that's Jace's turn. We actually got a wound. It just took everybody working together there. So that's our turn. Battle pressure back on top. Kingsman, reflex from that attack. Kingsman's going to go 1, 2, and Jace will not follow. Jace will not follow. All right, so Kingsman is going to do his basic action, so he's going to full move to the closest threat, which would be here. Actually, Jace will, prior to that, in the flow step, spend a survival to dash back into the grass. Roll to see if he keeps that survival. He does not. He is now out of survival. Kingsman's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Is now within range. Does the attack. Speed of 3 going to hit on 8s. That is 2 hits to Jace. Jace might be done here because he cannot dodge. 3 damage to the body and the body. So that's going to be light, heavy, severe. Let's do his severe roll. It's a 9. Severe injury roll. Collapsed lung. You can't catch a breath. Gain -1 movement token. He can now only move 3 spaces. And a bleeding token. The second severe injury roll to the body is a 4. Gaping chest wound. Suffer -1 permanent strength. Severe injury, gaping chest wound. This injury is permanent, can be recorded multiple times, gain a bleeding token, so he's got 2 bleeding tokens now. So there's his 2 severe injury rolls. And he's going to get knocked back 5, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is on Chandra. She'll get pushed over, although because she does not suffer bash, she will not get knocked down. And that is the Kingsman first action for the turn. Like I said, everybody's going to die. The AI card for the turn is King's Grace. All targets in the zone of death. So 2 spaces. There's nobody in the zone of death. No target, guard. So guard is the instinct action. The Kingsman ends its turn and gains +5 toughness until the start of the next monster turn. Gross. Gross, gross, gross. Okay. He's annoyingly far away. He is annoyingly far away. Here's what we're going to do. We are going to have Chandra spend a survival to get Jace to stand up. Jace is just going to rush in there and try to burn through those battle pressures. 1, he can only move 3. He can't even get there. He can't even get there. Let's have Koth move over. He can't do much. Let's have Koth get rid of Jace's bleeding with his bandages. And then let's have Koth move over. Koth will be the new tank, I guess. Chandra, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She can move here and attack with her spear. Try to get that perfect hit, which will be a wound and get rid of the Lantern Mirage. Nope. Good try. That's our turn. we're not doing much anymore in this fight. That's a shame. Okay, Kingsman's turn. Um, Kingsman's turn. He is going to be targeting Chandra. He is going to be targeting Chandra. I should have thought this through more. Because if I want Chandra to move back, Koth is then going to be targeted as well. So I think Chandra is just going to tank a little bit here. So this is going to be a speed of 3, an accuracy of 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's hitting Chandra on 6s. That is 1 hit to Chandra, dealing 3 damage to her body, which would give her a light wound and knock her flying. So she will just simply dodge that. AI card for the turn is going to be Hook and Pole. Furthest threat in field of view in range would be Koth. Move and attack the target. So, boop. Speed of 3, accuracy of 3, damage of 3. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is a miss, and a hit. So this hit is going to be 3 damage, and then after damage, move the monster back 2 spaces without turning, and the target suffers grab. So he's going to hook him, and he's going to pull him. If Koth doesn't just decide to dodge this, which he will, because that would be, well, he's got 6 armor at the head, thanks to Lights in the Sky last year. So he's going to go 1, 2, and Koth is going to end up here. That puts us annoyingly out of range. So yeah, he will dodge that hit. All right, our turn. Jace is going to get to stand up. Jace still can't quite get in range. Still can't quite get in range. Let's have Koth try to score that perfect hit. So he's going to attack with the catgut bow. Accuracy of 10. No dice. Let's have Chandra hit and run. So she's hitting with an accuracy of 9. She fails. Let's have her run away. 1, 2. Jace can only go 3 because he's out of survival. Jace's action will just be to use his shield to block. Actually, maybe Chandra would be good. Well, no, she used her action to attack. She can't use her action to block. Yeah, I think that's her turn. So, Kingsman, closest threat would be Koth. He's already there. This will be a speed of 3, an accuracy of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We get 1 hit on Koth, dealing 3 damage to the waist and sending him flying. He will dodge that hit, so he stays where he is. AI card for the turn. We've gone through the deck. Cleave. Closest threat in field of view in range would be Koth. It is literally the same as his basic, except he always hits the head. So speed of 3, accuracy of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is 3 hits, dealing 9 damage to the head, 3 each time. So Koth will take 3 to the head, knocking him to 3 armor, and then 3 to the head, knocking him to 0 armor, destroying... destroying the skull helm, because when you suffer a severe head injury, the skull helm is destroyed. So let me mark that off in our storage. Skull helm is no more. So, severe injury roll on the head table for Koth, and he's going to be knocked down. He rolls a 9. That was almost a 1. Shattered Jaw. Welcome to the Shattered Jaw Club, Koth. So he drinks his meat through a straw. He can't consume. He can't be affected by events requiring you to consume. He can't encourage. It's permanent. To be recorded once. And he's got a bleeding token. Okay. Well, Jace still can't get within range, and he's no longer blocking. I feel like I need to get my survival limit up in the settlement. Maybe we really desperately need to innovate towards that. So let's have Chandra do her thing again. 1, 2, 3, 4. She will try to score this perfect hit. She is hitting on a 9, but I would prefer the perfect hit to get rid of the Lantern Mirage. No such luck. And then honestly, Jace just needs to start getting closer. There we go. There we go. Kingsman's turn. Basic action, closest threat would be Jace. Actually, it would be either or. If we target Jace, then he's going to hit Jace and Koth. If we target Chandra, he's going to hit Chandra and Jace. Koth has a better chance of not being hit since he's in the grass. So we will target Koth with, or we'll target Jace with this. So in order, we would target Koth first. So this is going to be an accuracy of 7. That is 2 hits to Koth, dealing 3 damage each to the body and the waist. Body goes to 0 armor for Koth. Waist goes to 1 armor for Koth. And Koth's body gets thrown 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over here. And now Jace. So Jace is going to be hit on a 6, I believe. Yep, Jace is going to be hit on a 6. That is 2 hits to Jace, 3 damage each. He has no dodge ability left. That is 3 to the waist, knocking him down to 0, and 3 to the body, which is going to be a body roll. A 3. Bleeding. Gain 2 bleeding tokens. And he's going to get bashed and knocked back 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well done on trying to get up in the Kingsman's face. Let's shuffle the AI deck. I honestly wonder if I should now just start doing runaway rolls. Because we're not going to get any further in this, I don't think. So the AI card for the turn is Spear. Closest threat in field of view in range would be Chandra. Full move towards the target. 3/3/3. After damage, -1 movement token. So this is going to hit on 6s. That is 3 hits to Chandra. So this is going to be 3 damage to her body, waist, and arms. So body down to 0 and light damage. Arms down to 0 and light damage. Waist down to 2. And then she takes a movement token, minus. Koth stands up. Let's try one more round trying to lure him over to Jace, because Jace can burn through the battle pressures and at least try to get some wounds going. So Chandra will attack, speed of 1, accuracy of 9, we fail. And then she's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's going to start running away on the board. She will also spend a survival to tell Jace to stand his ass up. And Jace will move into the grass here. Koth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is not within range. Jace will spend his action to block. Koth will spend his action to heal Jace's 2 bleeding tokens. That's our turn. So, the Kingsman, closest threat would be Jace. 1, 2, 3. He is now within range. Speed of 3, accuracy of 3, 6, 7, 8. Miss, miss, hit. So 1 hit on Jace, which unfortunately is going to send Jace flying and give him a body injury roll. Body injury roll is another gaping chest wound. So that's going to be another -1 permanent strength. And another bleeding token. So he's down to 1 strength right now, thanks to Chandra's Red Fist token. So actually, I guess he could have dodged that by spending the strength token. And then he won't get knocked back. So yeah, let's reverse that. No bleeding, no second gaping chest wound. He will spend his strength token to dodge, because Chandra's Red Fist ability lets people spend their strength tokens. So that's the first action from the Kingsman. The attack is going to be the furthest threat in field of view in range, would be Chandra. So he is going to go 1, 2, and he's going to attack Chandra 3, 3, 3. So accuracy of 6 here. That's going to be 2 hits on Chandra. Dealing 3 damage each to her hands and waist. She can take the waist, and she will dodge the hand, spending her last survival. And then the Kingsman is going to move the monster back 2 spaces. 1, 2. Chandra's going to get grabbed, knocked down, and suffering 1 damage per monster level. So it says knocked down, it doesn't say bash, so I think she does get knocked down. And her monster damage is going to be 1 damage point to the body, which is heavy damage. She also gets knocked down again. Okay. How does Pictograph work? Does it require an action point for us to try to run away? At the start of a survivor's act, they may run away. So Jace can't like attack and then run away, or even move and run away. So Jace will try to valiantly defeat this dude. 1, 2. Can't even get into the blind spot. I just want to do some wounds. Will he even hit? Accuracy of 5, 6, 7, 8, 7. It's unlikely for him to hit. We're going to initiate Project Runaway. Start of Jace's act. He is going to activate Runaway. Just die roll, which might just kill him. Jace, Runaway. Roll 1d10 on the table that corresponds to the current game phase, showdown phase. 1d10, he rolls a 10. You return to the settlement in shame. Jace survives. Thoth's starting phase. He's going to try to run away. 8. You wearily drag yourself to the settlement, battered but alive. You cannot imagine revisiting the horrors you witnessed. Gained 1 random disorder. You return to the settlement in shame. His random disorder is he's a hoarder. Whenever you are a returning survivor, archive 1 resource gained from the showdown and gain +1 courage. We're not gaining any resources from the showdown. Koth returns to the settlement alive. It does not say anything about being knocked down, so Chandra is also going to run away. She's the one that I want to survive because Red Fist is a really good ability. She gets a 7. Something attacks you. Suffer the broken leg and broken arm severe injuries and return to the settlement in shame. She can no longer be our axe person. That's a shame because she had axe specialization. So severe injury, broken arm, which gives her -1 permanent accuracy and -1 permanent strength. And broken leg, which gives her 1 brain, or adjacent survivors, there's nobody left, suffer 1 brain damage. She gets -1 permanent movement. It's permanent, yada, yada, yada. Her attributes are hurting. She has -1 accuracy now. Three movement points. 4, because she's got a token right now. Her strength is still good. Her evasion's still good. Her speed still sucks. We're going to have to figure out something for Chandra. But she runs away as well, ending this horrible fight without a full wipe. It's still defeat. It's still defeat. Luckily, I don't believe we lose anything. Aftermath. So we don't get hunt XP, we don't get weapon proficiency levels, we don't get rewards, which would be the King's Curse. Defeat. The King's Man rudely breaks something as it leaves the settlement. If the settlement innovated pottery, return it to the innovation deck. We do not have pottery. Okay. King's Man. Over. He'll come back someday, and he'll be level 2. So that'll be fun. But let's move into the settlement phase, and I'll see you for that. All right, we are back in the settlement phase. We have set up. The survivors have returned, giving us 6 endeavors. We got 1 for Chandra, we got 1 for Koth, we got 2 for Dead Sarkin, and we get 2 for Jace because he has the Tinker ability. We update the timeline. There's mercifully nothing in Lantern Year 10. There's no story, so we simply do the random settlement event, which is Stranger in the Dark. So let's find Stranger in the Dark and see how horrible it is. Stranger in the Dark. As a note, we now have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 1 hunt, 2 hunts, 3 hunts, 4 hunts. I believe we have 4 hunts until our next Nemesis fight, which will be the Hand. Stranger in the Dark. Roll 1d10. And it's gone. Off the table. That one stayed on the table. It's a 4. That gives us the second box. The Stranger is a playful woman of unparalleled beauty, clad in what appears to be living tongues. The men of the settlement are instantly captivated, while the women are filled with jealousy and suspicion, eventually chasing the Stranger away. Male survivors cannot depart this settlement phase, as they are physically ill from love sickness. Departing female survivors gain 10 survival. If the settlement has the guidepost innovation, we don't. The Stranger effortlessly plucks the lantern halberd from the ground as she is chased away. Archive guidepost. So we can only send out females. We have 6 of them. We have Chandra. We have Lily. I want to send Gideon out to get Fist and Tooth going, but we can't. We also have Saheeli, we have Thalia, and we have Vivian Vess. Okay. 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 We'll remember that. What do we have in storage? We have 1 bone. So we're not building anything. We're not innovating anything. We need to spend these tokens. What can we spend the tokens on? We could shared experience to get some hunt XP to people. We could leather make. No, we can't. We can do augury, which we'll probably do to try to make some babies. Stone noses. What's stone noses again? How do they work? This is the organ grinder. The organ grinder doesn't have stone noses. Oh, yes, he does. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. You just spend an endeavor to make a stone nose. A stone nose is a piece of jewelry that on arrival you get a survival and an insanity. That's not worth it. Probably early game that's worth it, but that's not worth it. Settlement watch, we can do new recruits. So if you have no fighting art, you gain a random fighting art on a 1 through 7. Or if you have no strength, you can gain a strength. That's actually probably going to really help out our survivors who are going to have to be sent out. So let's get Vivian's got 1 strength, 1 evasion. Thalia 1 strength, 1 evasion. Saheeli 1 strength, 1 evasion. Kiora 1 strength, 1 evasion. All right, so let's get Kiora fighting, maybe a fight. Yeah, maybe a fighting ability. So we spend an endeavor for settlement watch, or what's it called? Settlement watch. This is an innovation that we have. We roll. Oh, We roll a 1d10. We get an 8, which is unfortunate because if she has 0 strength, 0 or less strength, you gain 1 strength. She has 1 strength, so it doesn't do anything. That is a large shame. Let's try it again. We roll a 4, so she gets a random fighting art because she does not have any fighting arts. Her random fighting art is Leader. Whenever you encourage a survivor, they gain +1 speed token until the end of the round. That could help Chandra. Once per hunt phase, you may inspire another survivor. They use your understanding and courage to resolve a hunt or story event. For example, if you have 3+ courage, you can inspire another survivor to walk the path of the brave during overwhelming darkness. Okay, cool. So her encourage is now a little bit better. It doesn't just stand people up. It gives them +1 speed. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. I think we want to keep giving fighting arts to people just to make them more survivable here. So let's give Saheeli, hopefully, a random fighting art. A 1, she gets a random fighting art. She is a strategist. During the showdown setup, after placing terrain, you may add a giant stone face or a toppled pillar terrain card to the showdown board. That's pretty cool. So we can just add a stone face, which really helps out our bow person. That's really cool. We've got 3 tokens left. I'm not too worried about babies at the moment because we have 10 people. We're not going to fight anything terribly scary next year. We're just going to harvest some resources. So let's get... Let's get Vivian a fighting art. She rolls a 9, unfortunately. Let's spend another token to get her another fighting art. She rolls a 10. She doesn't get a fighting art. You know what? This will not be a baby year. Let's get Vivian a fighting art. She gets a fighting art. Hooray. Her fighting art is Sneak Attack. That's so cool. Because remember, Vivian Vess is Liliana Vess's daughter. Liliana Vess has been our Sneak Attack swords person. She's been stabbing people in the back. Her daughter, who inherited 2 weapon proficiencies of swords, is now also a Sneak Attack specialist. That's emergent storytelling that I love in this game. I love this game. All right, so that is everybody's endeavor tokens used. That is everything that we can do in the settlement phase. So we are going to go out on a hunt. God, what do we even need? I really want... I want to get everybody a shield. We've got 2. So that, I think, means that we want to go and get some hides, because I also want to get our archer some more armor. So we're going to go hunt a level 1 white lion. We're going to send out Liliana, of course. We are going to send out Vivian Vess. We are going to send out Saheeli, who I think will be one of our bow people as well. And we are going to send out... Can Chandra go out? What does she look like now that she's healed? -1 accuracy, -1 speed. But she can't take the axe anymore because she no longer has a usable arm. Or wait, no. Broken arm is not dismembered arm. Broken arm is not dismembered arm. She can still use the axe. Which is actually important because she did get a weapon proficiency point. She did wound the Kingsman with the axe. But we only get weapon proficiency if we are victorious. That's in the rewards section. But yeah, Chandra will go out as well, because that'll give everybody a strength token. So there we go. Next phase, because the men of the settlement were too enamored with the living tongue lady, Chandra, Liliana, Saheeli, and Vivian will be going out to hunt a level 1 white lion. And there we go. There is another Nemesis fight down. That was about as horrible as people had suggested. If we didn't have Pictograph and could run away, everybody was dying. there was no way that everybody wasn't just dying. Let me know your Kingsman experiences. Let me know if you're enjoying this. I especially would love to hear from people who are still watching this, who have not played Kingdom Death Monster, who aren't following every single rule, but are enjoying the story, like Vivian Vess getting the same fighting art as her mother. Let me know definitely in the comments down below. Keep liking, sharing, subscribing, etc. I'm loving doing this. Once this campaign's over, which hopefully will be 20 Lantern years from now, and not like 3 Lantern years from now, I will do more. I'll keep doing more. And as well, I am looking at adding some more games. I picked up Fallout. I think that could be a really good like one-off episode here or there of the top-down solo play gameplay. Keep giving me suggestions for other games as well. Ones that I have, ones that I don't have. But otherwise, I'll see y'all next time.